Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a podcast, episode 8 of the podcast. I'm going to be talking about today is something weird to talk about. It's the title of this podcast is math, and my stories about math. You want to know, like, what the hell? It's kind of weird to talk about, like, just mathematics, not like school stories, just specifically math. Why would you want to do that? Like, it sounds boring too. Like, it sounds stupid. But trust me, I have some interesting stories with mathematics because don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm one of the best math people that I know. And the reason why I'm really good at math, my OBS starts shitting on itself, is because I'm not sure if like the already picked up on that part. Okay, I'll just repeat what I said. The reason why I said I'm making this podcast episode is because I don't want to toot my own horn, is I am the best at math that I know. The reason why I say that is because even though I could say that, like, I am not the best. You don't hear me like, oh, I'm the best dude in the freaking world, but like, I could do mental math really well, better than a lot of majority of people. I can't, like, so people like, so example, like, I'm not in an honors math class. I have been, but not all the time. And also AP math or whatever, like algebra or geometry, whatever. The reason why I never been in these classes is because of just I'll get to it in a second, but like but the reason why I shouldn't be default into that is because I'm good with that kind of math. I'm good with that kind of pace. But the problem is just like taking tests and just doing that. If for any class in general is impossible for me. Honestly, I don't know what it is. Like, it's hard. I can't say I can't take tests. I can learn math. I can understand math. I can do the questions. But when it comes to tests and quizzes and stuff, I don't know what happens. I just start crapping out. But it don't matter right now. We shall start where I first knew I was really good at math, and that I will be one of the best people I know. Again, don't want to toot my own horn because maybe people from my middle school or high school or elementary school are probably watching this and being like, oh, you just kind of fool yourself a little bit. But I am really passionate about math. You know, like I'm trying to become to go into engineering in college, and then trying to push myself as hard as I can with this. I'm not trying to do some like basic weak stuff with it. I'm trying to go as far as above and beyond with math in general. Other subjects I really don't like, to be honest. English I hate, amongst other things. I like a fan of social studies either, or history, whatever you call it. But I'm like decent at it. And science is my second favorite, but it's still like, And other subjects I really don't care for, except for mathematics. So let's get on to why I think mathematics and math is so easy, and I think it's my favorite subject. First things first, the first time I thought I was really good at math was 3rd grade. Yep, took me a few years to get to that point. First, 2nd grade didn't matter. Kindergarten didn't matter. Because obviously you really didn't learn much math in those grades. I mean, what was it all? Like adding, subtracting, and all that. I mean, we started learning multiplication, I think, in like 3rd grade. So it was like a little hard stuff. Division, long division, and then, these equations and all that, and expressions. It was a little harder. And graphs, not really. I don't want to say graphs like actual like XY graphs, more like pie graphs and Venn diagrams, stuff like that. So they had like that kind of math. It was easy math, but I was really good at it actually. So in my class, I was always passionate when we went to the math portion. We didn't switch classes in 3rd grade. Okay, so by the way, for context, from pre-K to 8th grade, you stay in the school. It's a whole one school, so it's not elementary school, middle school. So some schools will do that. My school didn't do that. It's all K through 8, so whatever. Anyways, so 3rd grade, so it's the same kids, by the way, through all the years. So in 3rd grade, I was killing in math. At the end of every year from those years, they have this award ceremony where you receive an award for it's either academics or other things. So you get like each subject has like you get an award. Most of the time it's based on the grade you get in that class. For like the ones like math, English, science, social studies, and religion. I had a religion class. I go Catholic school. So if I gotta clear that up, still do, by the way, and probably will maybe do in college. So from from shitting my diapers till now. Oops, shit. From shitting my diapers till I had a water bottle here. Shitting diapers till now, I still go to Catholic school. And so, I should say some stories about that, Catholicism. Because that'd be interesting, I guess. Next episode. And so, what was I saying about that? Catholicism and Catholic school. Oh yeah, so religion class. And then they had other awards for art, music, Spanish, gym, and computer class, which is the other curricular classes that came on. From 3rd grade onwards, that's when Spanish class started. Spanish wasn't a thing before then, but then it became a thing in 3rd grade. So yeah, and then we had classes, and and from those 5 actual classes I named, like art, music, and all that, they were like how well you were in the class, like participation, I guess, how well you were like doing well. It's all that, and you get the award for being the best in the class. And I'm gonna be honest, out of those 5, I only won like the art award maybe once, because I got the other ones were like really silly. Because, for example, gym. I mean, I guess gym. I was not obviously I was never good at gym, so it doesn't matter. Computers was a little silly because we just play games in computer class. How can you be the best in computer class? The music award was a little more, makes more sense. I guess like the art awards participation, how well you sing, how well you like do. I guess you get roles in the spring, the shows, the International Night, Spring Show, Christmas Show, whatever shows you have. We have them during the year. We have 3. And then what the other ones? We have Spanish, and that was a new one. Spanish. It matters how the Spanish class was. Usually it was participation. Or sometimes like we changed. Sometimes it was grade, sometimes it was participation, because some teachers I had like 5 different teachers or 14 teachers during my time I was in elementary and middle school for Spanish. So some classes were just participation. Some classes were actually grading systems. So yeah, it's just how well you did in the classes, and then you go on. But for the ones I named for English, math, science, social studies, and religion, can remember. Whoever had the best grade in the class gets to get the award. At the award ceremony, they have at the end of the year, last day of school. They have at like first grade to 8th grade, they get their own awards. There's other awards they give out, like honor roll. So if you get like a certain grade level, you get like principal's list, first honors, second honors, and honorable mention. And then you have other awards like most helpful, school spirited, some other stuff I forgot. Whatever the ones they had some like silly ones, I guess. Like a perfect attendance. I've gotten like once. I think I got that one twice actually. The ones I didn't get were the ones in 6th grade, because I freaking hate 6th grade, and who cares. 4th grade, and then every year beforehand, because I usually miss at least one day. 5th, 7th grade were my favorite years, so I never missed a day like that. And then 8th grade had COVID year, so they didn't have perfect attendance at all. They didn't have like actual classes, so it didn't matter. Because I had first half, I don't think I missed a day, but then COVID, and then all that happened. And then high school, actually, I had perfect attendance in the first 2 years. And then junior year, which is this year, I missed a few, like 4 days actually, 4. And then probably senior year, I might not miss a day. Maybe I will. I don't know. I only miss a day because like fuck it, who cares? And, during the COVID, I didn't miss a single day, but then I missed a few days. But in junior year, well. Other than that, sorry, looking over because I heard soundy sounds. Other than that, so yeah, I'm rambling on about this. It's about math, so. And then in 3rd grade, I actually won the award for mathematics. I think I did. I believe I did. I remember doing it actually, because I remember at the end of that year, the teacher gave us all the award for like just for, like if we didn't get an award, they gave us an award for like for fun, I guess. So like we all got awards, and they had like a sentence of like what we did, why we got this award, like some cool things we did, and like how well I do. And mine was how well I did math. And I remember I won the math award that same year. It's like, oh cool, that's really cool. So that means I had the best math grade in the class. Maybe for 3rd grade, 4th grade, I'm not totally sure that's how it worked, because grade system did exist, but I'm not sure if they mattered. I think it was just how well you participate in the class. So yeah, I don't think it mattered, because it was like, it wasn't switching classes. If it was swapping classes, it makes more sense. But we didn't swap classes in 3rd grade, so probably just best participation. I don't know. Maybe I have the best grade. I don't fucking know. Whatever. It's that's how. And I won the award Plus, from 3rd grade to 8th grade, you participated in a math bee. 3rd grade to 5th grade, you participated in that, like in like a elementary school math bee, and then from 6th grade to 8th grade, you participated in another math bee. And so in 3rd grade, I participated in the math bee, and so you participate in your own class. You get like, so it's like 2-3 kids, maybe, I think 3, I forgot, go in to the math bee. Maybe 4, I forgot how many kids. I think it's 4, because like I think it's 4, 4, and 4 per class. So 3rd grade 4, 4th grade 4, and 5th grade had 2 from regular, 2 from honors, because that's when they started to have the honors in regular classes. 5th grade and onward. So yeah, they had that, and so I won my class math bee, and then I think I got like 4th in the math bee, in a school one, which was crazy because I'm basing it off against 4th graders and 5th graders. So it means at least some like 4th graders and 5th graders had to get knocked out before me, which is crazy because me. I'm beating some 4th graders and 5th graders, and people are smarter than me, and yeah, so it's even just crazy to think about. And then 4th grade. We went to 4th grade. I didn't win them. I think I did win the math word. It's more. I'm definitely unsure about. 3rd grade, I know I won the math word, but 4th grade, I think I didn't. But maybe I had to look back at my awards. I don't know where they are. Like I have actually certificates of like signed by everything. It's like a cool award that I won for these accolades. I should get some of these like hung up or something. I have a lot of awards, so I don't think I could. I'm not too my horn. But if I had a wall for my awards, they probably won't fit because of big frames, I guess. Like, I want a decent amount of awards. I'm not gonna frame all. Like I at least have 10 for just martial arts in general, and then I have a bunch for like honor roll, and then these are extra awards that we get during the school year, whatever. But yes. So then we have the 4th grade again. The math bee happened again. I got 3rd. I again beat some 3rd graders, but also beat some 5th graders, so that's not that bad. But then 5th grade rolled around, and that's where things get a little interesting. So you're thinking, oh, if you're so good at math, did you get in the honor roll? Honors, I mean? Nope. The reason why I didn't get into honors is because in my school, you gotta be, if you want to get honors, you gotta be good at both English and then math. And if you want to get both at English and math, yeah, I forgot what grade requirement you needed, but I know I was not good at English at all. In 3rd grade maybe, but 4th grade definitely not. I was probably the worst at English, and so the problem with that, I couldn't get into math honors, so I had to stay in a regular math class and a regular English class, which is probably normal. I didn't want to stay in a regular English, honored English class at all, even if I wanted to try for it. Nah, I was not gonna do that. So in 5th grade, I was in a regular math class, and no offense, but I just killed that class. I was the best in the class. People were asking me for help and all that stuff. I was killing it. I don't want to be like a dick, like, oh, but I'm so good, fucking, it was suck ass. People were good, but I was definitely excelling. You could tell I wasn't fit for the class, and I never knew that. Like, I mean, I think 5th grade didn't really show it much, but 6th grade did. But 5th grade it was a different teacher out of next 3 years I had. So the first year was like a different teacher. I was like, it was an 8th grade teacher. So yeah, so 8th grade teacher, one of the 5th grade taught me math. And I remember, so this is funny. I also won the math award that year. I think I remember doing that too. I think I won it both the 5th and 6th grade year. So pretty good for me. But I remember this funny carefully. My math teacher said, if you win the math bee, I think it was like 10 extra points or something on a quiz test or something like that, or a few extra points on your grade. I forgot what it was. I think it was 10 extra points on your math test, on the next math test or something. And I'm thinking, nah, I ain't gonna win that shit, bro. There's no way. I fluked the first 2. I'm thinking I win the next one. But then I won the class math piece. Pretty simple to get to that. And then I won the school one. I was ecstatic. The first 2 years I remember like, oh shit, I fucked up. But then the second one was like, I was like, exact same reaction I had right there is the exact same reaction I had in the math beat. My heart's racing just thinking about it actually. I remember like for the fight, it was like the first like 5, 7, maybe close to 10 rounds. We were like doing like how we usually do, like people answer, some people get wrong. And we were down to like 3 people. I remember this. Then like for like 5, maybe 10 rounds again, everyone's getting them wrong. We didn't know shit. we were all stupid, so we did not know anything. And then somehow like me and it was like back down to 2 people again. Afterwards, me and some other kid from I know who it was, but I'm not gonna say the name obviously. And we were down in 5th grade, back down to the last level. It was a 4th grader, by the way. I remember that. We had like a little left, and it was. I remember. I think they gave us like the script or like the each topic to study from. I guess not like questions, but actual topics. So if you like want to look them up and see what they are. And I remember one topic in the middle of it was turning mixed numbers into improper fractions and vice versa. And I knew if we ever get to that one, I would know how to do it. And I was worried that he might not know how to do it. So then I did it, and I got it right. And he didn't. When he only got this question, he said, "Oh," and I'm like, I won. I know I won. At that moment, I know I won. Because he was like, or he went quiet. Actually, he didn't say shit. He went, he was like, quiet. And then I was like, and at that point, I knew I won. I was happy. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, again, at that point, it's cool. I beat a bunch of 3rd and 4th graders. But, hey, I was beat them get to my honors class. So, that's pretty smart. That's why I'm saying I'm kind of better at mental math than, like, other things. Because, I mean, to be fair, I probably would have, if I went to the honors class, I probably would have worse grades than them, but probably I can't do math, I can't do like tests and stuff like that. But I could beat them at mental math any day. Like I could do like multiplication quick, like division, stuff like that quick. I could do like equations quickly. If I see them kind of like framed up, like I could do I could write quickly, so I can figure it out quickly. I'm not bad at any of that. I remember my teacher this year gave us a paper to do for homework. For Regents review, we have Regents. I live in New York. To do math questions, only using calculator. And I swear to my friend, this is the hardest shit we've done all year. Hardest thing. My friend left me because like they aren't doing too well in the math. So I was like, okay, they left me because like thinking this is the hardest. Use a calculator and it's hard because using a graphing calculator, not a regular calculator. So there's a lot of other crap I gotta learn. And that's why I was saying it was the hardest. If it was actually mental stuff, I actually knew how to do every question or format of it in the head, like write it out. I'm good at that stuff. But then I also get like anxiety, performance anxiety as well. For tests, definitely, and math beats definitely 100% because I remember like in like math beats instead of almost blacking out. I like white out, you know, like my whole world turns white rather than black. Like my eyes, the gamma just turns up significantly. I don't know what that's all about, but it's scary. And then also, I mentioned before, I won the math award that same year because I was in a regular class. Again, no offense, but I was one of the best in the class, and that's when grading counts. So that means I had the best grade. I also had perfect attendance too, so I didn't miss anything that year. I had perfect attendance in 5th grade and 7th grade. If I didn't mention that before, but I think I did. 6th grade was the worst year for my math, but also the best because, again, I didn't win the math award that year. I know I did for a fact because I remember that year was like we had a new teacher from 6th grade all onward. She was definitely more of a honors math teacher, 100%. So people definitely struggled a lot. People were talking about calling the math encyclopedia, how I'm like the best in the class. But I'm still just chilling, answering everything, being the best I can be. But the problem is with the math B. So the math B, what I didn't know is that they changed the entire topics on me from 6th to 8th grade because now we're in middle school. So they have middle school topics and grades to talk about. And I didn't know this. And so the second round, I actually got eliminated in the class math B. Not even the school math B. The class math B. I mean, the majority of people did. Some didn't. And that's what the problem was. Because I didn't know how to do this stuff fast. Nowadays, I could do it, but not before. Back then, I didn't know. Even, like, I learned quickly, though. Because I'll tell you later. You'll see what I mean. But then I didn't know what to do. By the way, forgot to mention this. This is an important detail. when you win a school math bee, you don't finish then. You don't finish. Your school, oh, boom, done. I'm not sure because it's Catholic school, that's what happens. So, but yeah. When you win a school math bee, you go on to another math bee in outside of school. So it's called a regional math bee, which is like, so you have a diocese, which is like all your schools. It's like a region in your diocese you go against, and a few kids from I mean one kid from each like school from like the many schools, and then you fight, and then like I'll say like 7 or maybe like something like around that go to another math bee, and during that regional math bee, I was scared because like I never done this before. I never actually went to a regional math bee, and I didn't know how well I would do, so I thought I was gonna probably may do well. Like I have a good chance, but then I actually lost. So, but that's the end of that. That's why I kind of forgot about it. But then more things will come. So stay tuned. Just keep watching the podcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. And yeah, let me keep talking about what I'm talking about. So then in 6th grade, we had I didn't win the class math bee, so I didn't go to the school math bee. I was heartbroken. I was upset. I was mad. I was furious. It sucked, but I definitely made it up the next couple of years. And I'd say 7th grade, 8th grade were my best years I've done math. It's high for this year with math. Like these 3 years I've had 7th, 8th grade, and then stuff junior year of high school, best years I've had with like mathematics and stuff. And yes, and I'll explain why in a minute. But yeah, 6th grade. But then I also won the math award, and then something cool happened. So in summer, although before the summer started, before we left school in 6th grade, they made a change to the honor system. So first things first, they had made it so that if you're good at math and bad at English, or vice versa, bad at math or good at English, you can get into either one of math honors or English honors. So that was perfect for me because I know that I'm ass at English but good at math to get into the math honors. And that's what I did. I got into math honors for 7th and 8th grade, which was fantastic because that's what I needed. I needed like no offense, again, it was definitely slow in the non-honors class. Like I feel like I was like going at like a slow pace compared to everyone else. I was like getting everything easily. I feel like we were moving a little faster in the honor class and like going at a speed I liked, and I feel like we were doing like a lot of cool stuff. Other than that, it was pretty cool. So yeah. So I had 20 kids in my graduating class, or close to 20, 21. I had 21 in my graduating class, but in like 6th, 7th grade, I think I had 21 maybe. I don't remember. 20. I thought it was just like 20 flat. 20. We had like. Okay, I'm trying to remember how this went. I think it was 2 or 3 kids who went to math honors, and then 1 left because couldn't handle it, I guess. And then 1 kid from the regular English went to English honors. But I'm not totally sure if the 1 kid I'm thinking about who went with me left the school before or after going to honors. Cause I'm not sure they went to honors. I know they were in my class at one point in time, but I don't remember if they was like regular kids or honors. I can't name names because obviously like I don't keep people private. I don't want to keep everything as much private as I can. But now I gotta think, like, were they in my honors class at one point? Or did they leave beforehand? I wouldn't be surprised if they did leave. I think they did. Huh. Now I don't remember. I gotta like look back in yearbooks and stuff like that and figure it out. But I'll look at that later. Anyways, and yeah. So yeah. Now, but the English honors class, it used to be like so every like when you have an honors. So say I'm taking math. I'm in math honors. It's a whole different class, in a different classroom. Math regular, a whole different like room. And then in like 5th and 6th grade, it was the same thing, or like English, in regular and honors in different classes. But for some reason, in 7th and 8th grade, when you had English honors, you were in the same classroom, it's just different, like spread up, different sides of the room. For something, like we were always like spread out, same like we had like different groups, But if you're just like some specific like task in the class, sometimes we break off into our own groups. So like English honors had to do like their own like report on a book or something like that, or like from something else extra. Or and also honors class had to do more step up to the regular kids. So if they had like, say we were in like an essay, but we had like 5 paragraphs, they might have to write 6 paragraphs. You know, something like that to add a little more challenge for the honors kids. And none of the honors kids from like 5th and 6th grade left to regulars or anything. So they were all fine and dandy. They all did well. So it was okay. And so I went to math honors from 7th grade and 8th grade, which is pretty cool because I wanted to have a challenge a little bit. And yes, I did. So in 7th grade in honors, by the way, I'm just saying it right now, did not win the math award ever again. I'm just saying that. I'm going to say it out real quick. Again, because I'm in honors class now. So you gotta get the best grade. I know some kids in my honors class, and still to this day, they get a principal's list, and they're like really like book study, hard study kind of kids. And that's great, honestly, man. It's great that you still like hitting these books and doing really well. I will never catch up to you guys, even if I try. Like even if I get like 100 sometimes, like it's like hard. It was really hard because they get like 100s, 99s, and it's crazy. Like so, I will never catch up to that level, even if I do like really good in math. It's silly, but I would say nowadays, I think I had the best grade in my Algebra 2 class. But none of the people I'm talking about are in my Algebra 2 class, so it's fine. In middle school. I'm talking about middle school and elementary school, so. Oh, my eyes. I'm a flashlight right now. It's kind of broken, so it's like that doesn't work that well. Anyways. Jeez, like, you can tell we're living, you know, when you hear the stuff outside, you hear, like, honking and yelling. Which I live in a neighborhood where like they don't really have a lot of that because it's like a nicer neighborhood. It's not like the middle of Manhattan. And again, New York City is big. Manhattan, at that time Manhattan, it's not just New York City. It's a lot of parts of New York City. Where I live, New York City, it's big. It's bigger than you think. It's not just like this like one island right here. I just want to point that out, by the way. It's 5 boroughs in Manhattan: Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. Sorry, it's 5 boroughs in New York City. They're called boroughs: Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, and Bronx. Yeah, it's big. So, City Field, New York City. New York City, New York City. Statue of Liberty, I think, New York City. Empire State Building, New York City. Where I live, New York City. I live in Brooklyn, New York City. It's not. There's no like you walk outside, it's like fucking city, boom, building. You know, it's not all that. I mean, you can see the skyline, a nice skyline, but it's not like I don't live like in the middle of like 15 fucking buildings. There's a nice neighborhood around here too, you know. God. Anyways, get a little angry there. It doesn't matter. I can live fucking like beaches, and it's still New York City, guys. By the way, I have a fucking beach or like a park. It's still New York City. Anyways, let's sidetrack from that, and let's talk about. I just got about podcasts. You know, by the way. I could ramble on about some bullshit, and it doesn't matter because it's a podcast. I like cut all this out of a YouTube video. If it's a YouTube video, snip, out. But it's a podcast. I can ramble on as much as I want, and you can't do anything about it unless you just skip ahead in the video, podcast. Anyways, let's get off. Let's talk about that, and let's talk about what we're talking about, which is 7th grade math class honors. But I didn't win that. You know, I didn't win the math awards ever again. I did win something. Another math B. Yes, not back to back, but I'll take a second win on my math record because in 7th grade I did know the topics a little more better, so I guess I did better. So I had a few. I was facing against 6th graders and then also 8th graders. So 8th graders in regular and honors class. So the odds are stacked against me, but I am really good with mental math. Actually, to think about it now, like, how did a grade higher than me, learning more math than me, and I was in honors class, and I still beat him. Like, I'm feeling like a dick, but damn, it's crazy. I think it's so crazy how that came to be. But whatever. Still pretty cool, I guess. And yeah, again, you go to a regional math bee. It's a middle school regional math bee instead of a elementary school regional math bee. So it's like it's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And again, didn't win the regional math bee. Bummer. But we did in 8th grade. We had a nice run. So it's funny how so I missed half my 8th grade year, but this edged it out. So that's obviously September, October, November, December, which is 2019. So it was a good year. January, February, March, or half of March, I should say, because I kind of get cut out during March. So I had that, and then April, May, June were all the shitty months where I had to do Zoom and stuff, and half of March were still cut out because of COVID. But I think February or January we had a math B, and I was facing again every grade before me, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and 8th grade, and all the honors classes. And again, won. I mean, if I beat 8th graders, 6th graders, blah blah, how hard can it have been? I beat them. It's super simple. And again, went to another regional math B, and I beat it. I actually won. I actually beat a regional math B. Crazy to say, I finally did it. Because I was in 8th grade again. I think I was facing a couple 6th graders, maybe some 7th graders, and a bunch of 8th graders too. So, and I actually got a medal for that. I wish I actually pulled the medal out here, but this is my closet right here. You hear that sound? On the other side of the closet is the medal. It's hanging, and I don't want to pull away from it. There's a trophy attached to it. That's for something else. So I'm not gonna get that, but trust me, I have a medal for winning that regional math B in 2020. Also, I like how it said, I think on the trophy it says it's stamped 2020, which shows kind of it's a little cooler because 2020, the bad year, the year we went to COVID, it's still something cool in 2020, so it's still awesome. I did some cool things in 2020. Besides, I feel like the first 3 months before everything went to shit, I did some good things like that. I had my last birthday party. I turned 14. I had a big birthday party, I should say. I almost say my last, because I had some birthday things, but I had a big, huge party, a big party. And then I had, I went to a week in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, which was a memorable trip I've had. It was really severely underrated for some reason. I don't know why. But it was a memorable trip I had, and it was cool. So those first 3 months of COVID, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Other than, I was shit for summer vacation, I only had, a kind of a mediocre graduation and a mediocre confirmation. I had a great 2020. Actually, that was a great, but I had a decent 2020. 2021 was where it's ass. My ass got blasted. High school in I had high school at end 2020, but high school in 2021 is ugh. It was disgusting. It was literally gross. But yeah. And then 8th grade, I went to the diocese math. I actually wouldn't go to that regional. You go to diocese, the whole diocese. Whoever made this far, the last math B, I presume because you won trophies and didn't say anything about it afterwards. Sadly, didn't win. I'm a little salty because I could have went far, but didn't win. Worst part is a 6th grader won. A fucking 6th grader, one person, 6th grader beat 7th and 8th graders, and he had two more chances to do it. To do that again, and he probably did. Who knows? I don't know I don't know what goes on, but I have won a few math Bs. I won 3 out of the 6. I've won 3 out of 6 I could have won, and I've been to 5 out of the 6 I've have. And yeah, math Bs. I'm not sure you guys do math Bs, but I have done math Bs. I'm sure you guys have done a spelling bee, maybe. I've done maybe 1 or 2. I've gone 3rd place in one of them, but never won one. I don't think they had regional spelling bees. I think they did actually. I think someone actually also won a medal for that, but my class. But other than that, I don't think they had anything cool like that. And then just geography bees, which was just obviously it's what it sounds like. So where things are. And I could have went to 1. But I was stupid, so I didn't go to 1. I remember I was really good with states and capitals. But for some reason, I blinked. In that class math B or class geography B in 4th grade, I remember the teacher went down each row and asked she has to say the capital of this, capital of that. I'm of states, and for some reason, I blinked on capital of Rhode Island. It's Providence, but I don't know. I didn't know that. Like, the person behind me got capital of Alaska, and I knew that was Juno. But, damn, like, it sucked. Like, I kind of went forward with that, and I fucked it up. Like, screw the pooch. The person behind me also got into the geography math, the B, like, in the school. So that could have been me, but, yeah. And people were bad with capitals. I wish I didn't look like an idiot, because I didn't get one right, but, and, like, being that kind of gang, but I know some people, like, the ones that got wrong, I got them right. So, yeah, whatever. And then, go to high school. High school, it's the saddest shit. But then it turns out to be a good ending, but it's a sad start to what will come. It's sad, because it has fucked me to this day as well. Because it's just a sad taste and a bad dent on my math feelings. In high school, Algebra 1 we take. I was supposed to probably take Geometry, but because of the stupid fucking COVID, I couldn't. Because I took Algebra 1 in 8th grade, because I was an honors class. It was like, it was just a step forward. So I took pre-algebra in 7th grade and algebra in 8th grade. In 8th grade, it's usually just pre-algebra, but I took that 7th grade because I was an honors class, whatever. So I was supposed to take a Regent, which is like which is like a New York thing test to see if you do well in the class, and I'm a little yada yada yada. So if I took a test and passed, I would have. Oh, sorry, touch me. I would have probably been in geometry my first year of high school, and it would have made me ahead. I'm not sure if that's how it worked. I think it is. I would have been ahead, like, in the classes. I've probably been, like, 8th grade. I'm not 8th grade. My senior year, like, maybe, like, a different kind of, actually, I don't know how it would have been, because if I took geometry, next year would have been algebra 2. Next year, the year after that would probably be, like, pre-calculus. Then senior would be calculus. Or it would probably be, like, pre-calc, then calc, and then AP calc, or calculus 2, maybe, because I think it's just calc 1. So, probably just calculus 2, honestly. Which is okay. But yeah, so then I took Algebra 1 my first year. And I took honors, by the way, I was in honors class again because I think that's just transferred over to middle school. And it was bad. So, guys, I may have failed algebra. Yeah. It's sad to say how I stooped from so high to fall so low, especially since other classes I did not fail. Some classes close but not failing. It's like I could blame. I feel like I blame a lot on the teacher and on the class. I mean, it probably was myself. If I just paid attention a little more, I probably would have like been fine, not failed. But fuck, I remember the class was bad. If you're on Zoom, we had hybrid. It was like you can either go in school or you go remote. You are not getting any attention if you're on Zoom. Not a single attention, nothing. And if I miss a lesson, and we have it in if I have a quiz in school, I'm screwed. I'm basically screwed. Yeah, I could look some shit up. I could have done that. For some reason I didn't. I don't know why I'm stupid like that. I didn't look anything up. I could have looked a lot of things up in freshman year, but I just didn't. Don't know why. I just didn't. Anyways, then we had so I failed. That means I had to do summer school. Which thank God it wasn't like in-person summer school. It was like a remote summer school. I go on like a website and like do some like lessons. I killed it. I just showed it. It was pretty easy. And I knew from that day, at that time I finished it, and how easy these work lessons were. Like, I remember these lessons so much that I knew when I took Algebra 2, I would fucking kill. Like, actually destroy Algebra 2. I hated Algebra at this point in time, by the way. I didn't like Algebra in 8th grade that much. I was like indifferent. I was more like I think geometry would be more better than algebra, to be honest. And then I hated algebra at L1 because of that. Since then, but then we went to geometry. I didn't fail. Did it right. It was a basic year. That's why I didn't like. That's why I said it's one of my best year best year for math. because this is a basic year. I was by the way, I was put out of honors because of that. So no honors. I was in regular class. I did all right. I did the Regents. I did again all right. And then we're in Algebra 2 territory. And now Algebra 2, I wanted to make a really nice impression in the class because I like math. I like algebra. I thought, what more we do? What should we do? What shall we post? What should we do? So you know what I did? I participated up my fucking ass. I participated the most in the class. That if you put all the participation combined in every other kid in the class, I would still be higher than them probably. I shouldn't say that. I mean, there's some kids who had some high participation, but I had probably the most. Because I was just killing it in the participation grade department. The first first semester I think I had like 100 participation all across the board, and then second semester I had 105 and 110 in participation, which is crazy. So I think that was the right grade. I think it was right. Yeah, it was. 21 and 22. That's right. 21 at 20 and 22 at 20, which if you times by 5 to make it 100%. It's a 105 and a 110. So I had a higher than 100% in the participation, which is crazy because I didn't think that's impossible. So I'm the best in the class, and that's why I love algebra now. And I think geometry is a little worse than algebra, but again, algebra 1 fucked it up for me. And how it really started. And then do you know how it really fucked up for me? I wanted to take AP Calculus in senior year. I know I'm hitting the bar high. You know, like I went from a shit year trying to go down, like I went down a little bit, and then I went high, and I'm doing really well in algebra. And I'm taking a big leap from non-honors to AP. I should have been. I did take an honors class before, but going from that to AP, that would have been impossible. And it is impossible. I'm not in AP Calculus. I'm just saying that right now. But I am taking pre-calculus and calculus next year, which it's pretty cool. I mean, like I'm glad I'm taking calculus next year. Everyone that I know in my family has not taken calculus in their high school years, so I think I'm ahead in the math department. But other than that, even my family is really good at math. My dad is not, but my mom is really good at math, like me. And my sister, again, she's like that type too, like I named before, like she could be like mental math. I can kill her like 50-1. But if it's a test and it's graded and it's for a grade, she would kill me 50-1. Unless it's like mental, like so let's say like we're like just joking around doing some like mental like word problems or like long multiplication, I would still destroy it. But if it's for school test, boom, she will beat me every day of the week. So this water tastes like ass, but it felt good, and I think it's tap water, but I felt spot up a bunch. Ew, it's disgusting. Ew, water's fucking disgusting. I filled up the tap water a bunch because it's a big bottle, you know. Like I have other bottles that I have to put like reasonable to put water in, but sometimes it felt big, so I was like, okay, I'll keep it around. But I filled with tap water and put it in the fridge. But this tap water does not taste good. I don't know why. Usually, I heard New York tap water is like the most healthiest tap water, but I don't believe that's true. For how bad this water tastes, it's a little metallic, I guess. Yeah, it tastes. Ugh. Does not taste good at all. I don't know why. What the fuck is wrong with that? So guys, we're almost finished. We're talking about math. So then, yeah, I'm taking pre-calc calc. I asked my teacher I asked like the AP calculus teacher every so often, like last few quarters in the semester. I asked her like, how can I get in? What can I do? And she knows I fell algebra 1, which sucks, cause I knew that's gonna fuck me up someday. And she said, if you have a really good score on the Regents for algebra 2, which I'm taking on Wednesday, by the way. By the time I post this video, it'll probably today's Monday, I think. Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah. So I'm thinking this Wednesday. So this episode should be about by today, Monday, or tomorrow, Tuesday. So by Wednesday, I'm taking a test and have hopefully a good score. So if I have a great score, I doubt I can still get in because I'm actually ready put in the class for pre-calc and calc. But maybe some changes might happen, and God might be on my side. Who knows? Who knows? You know. Anyways, yes. But that's my math story. It's an interesting story to always tell. This idea came to me when I was in the bath. I was taking a shower one day. I was like, "Huh, what would be interesting to tell a math story?" And I was kind of telling it to myself in the bathroom, the shower. I was like, I had a whole monotone voice and everything like that when I was telling the story, and I knew that was not gonna happen when I was telling the story. So, I guess next time when we tell a story like religion or whatever comes to mind, maybe with Oz again, who knows? I will have a monotone voice, but for today, that ain't happening because I'm really thirsty right now, actually, too, because this water's ass. I'm not drinking this water. Kind of gross. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this podcast. I don't think I have anything else to say. Except for subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which is 6 months, and I only need like 7 more subscribers by the time of this video. So yeah, if you do want to subscribe, it's free. It's episode 8 of the podcast, guys. Yeah. I'm glad I moved this over to my second channel. See you guys in another podcast episode. Subscribe. Like this podcast episode. Like other videos, you know, I post sometimes. And I do stuff sometimes. So yeah. See you guys. Peace out, much rights. Do the bleach. And let's tail it.